Welcome to the Trying to Be Better podcast with Joel and Steve.
Yes, please. Coffee, please.
Yes, please. Have some.
Yes.
Is that from Ghostbusters?
Yeah. I think that's Rick Moranis.
Rick Moranis.
There is no Dana, only Zool.
Only Zool. Oh, we should all be so lucky.
Oh, my goodness. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Trying to Be Better podcast with Joel and Steve. My name is Joel.
And
this
Steve.
Is a nice little Sunday morning podcast.
It's a nice little Sunday morning. Is that what it is? Sunday morning?
Yeah, I think so. It's marathon Sunday, and I thought I'd walk up to Sheridan with Maven and root on the runners, but they had long gone.
Oh, yeah.
They're
up and at 'em, getting after it. I haven't been on Facebook this morning, but I'm Facebook on Lincoln Marathon morning is the posts are divided into two things. One is people posting pictures of running and people wishing runners well, and the other half is people bitching about the marathon blocking off traffic.
There's no I was we walked down Sheridan and then over through back along Sheridan and back through Van Dorn and through the park and stuff, and there's this guy in a truck, and like the marathon is long gone. And he's like, how the heck do you get out of here? I'm like, well, you've got all kinds of problems, buddy, because you're stuck in a weird neighborhood, and I don't know where the marathon is right now. So there's been many a Sunday morning in my previous life working for a church where, trying to get downtown was just a complete nightmare.
That's when you bike.
Yeah, right. That's a smart way to do it.
I just feel like, yes, I understand that it is kind of inconvenient, but I also feel like it does a lot of good for the city, and also you have an ear to play.
Yeah, and also it's a thing. It's a
right.
thing. I don't know what to tell you. It's a thing.
Not the end of the world.
You're not.
It's a slight inconvenience, but then again, we also have people,
They should protest it and see what happens.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They should, or I was going to make some comment about anti-masking and being forced, the oppression of having to wear a mask and whatever. Anyway, I feel like the Venn diagram on that's pretty small.
I'm all for protesting, but I mean, what are you against?
Being inconvenienced.
I am currently being inconvenienced, and I know for the next few, God only knows however many months, going to be inconvenienced. There's like a bunch of like water pipe
Oh yeah, in your neighborhood. I saw that.
Sucks.
Yeah. Did you remember when I lived when we first moved into Carlos Drive, how they literally tore up all of Carlos Drive? You probably didn't see a lot of that, did you?
I don't think I saw a lot of that, but.
Oh, dude.
But it's like, I was talking to a neighbor and he's like, they're going to do all this other thing. And I'm like, man, I don't know. Like, I guess, hopefully it doesn't, hopefully I can have potable water. I'm there. It's the water system.
Is that how you say that? Potable? I thought it was always potable.
Potable, potato.
Tomato,
yeah.
Sure. Okay.
I don't know. Drinkable. There
you go. Fit for human consumption.
As long as my neighborhood doesn't turn into Flint, Michigan, then I think I'll be okay. The only thing that's gonna bum me out is like them tearing up my yard, and I know for a fact they're not gonna like resod it for me.
They will.
Really?
I think so. Yeah. If they tear up your yard as a course of doing this, because they had to do that when they tore up Carlos Drive. They also had it like 7 feet into our. Well, no, we got an easement. Like the city or the county, whoever was doing the work, we got like, I don't know, $1,000 or something. And then they redid the sod.
I'll take an easement.
Because they basically bought 7 feet towards our house from the sidewalk because they had to run another sewer line. And so they had to trench that out. And so they essentially just bought part of our land to do that.
Did the street extend, or did they just
No, the
owned
street, what they had to do is the water main is underneath
Yeah.
the street. So they literally tore up the street and then had to dig anywhere from like 30 to 60 feet down because the street, the elevation of it
Yeah.
changes as it goes through
Yeah.
the neighborhood, but the pipe does not. So then they like kind of half block by half block would tear up the street, dig that out, put the pipe in, put the dirt back in, put in new street.
Yeah.
And that took about a year.
All I care about is, can I get in and out of my damn driveway? And
Right.
are you gonna, whatever you tear up, are you gonna replace?
Right. Yeah, and like we had that experience. I mean, I think as an extreme of a case as it could have been, really, and it was fine. It was a pain in the ass every once in a while, but
I just don't want my water to be shut off.
I don't remember if our water was actually shut off ever. If it was, it wasn't that big of a deal.
Welcome to the High Class Problems podcast with Joel and Steve.
Oh, that's what we should name it. If we're gonna do a rebrand, High Class Problems. Joel and Steve complain about their high class.
These are my high class problems today. I was really kind of bugged up about it the other day. I'm like, because as they were moving closer to our street, I was like, oh, maybe they're just closing our road because they're doing stuff. Because I saw work actually happening on other streets, and then they're started to do shit on our street, and I'm like, God damn it! It's
right.
like, but what like the marathon? What are you gonna do? You can't control that, And
and ultimately it needs to be done, because I tell you what, it's better to have your water shut off temporarily because they're making infrastructure improvements than it is to have then to turn into Flint, Michigan.
like a pipe, deteriorating and
and then they have to go in and do it on an emergency basis, and so this is planned and controlled, and therefore better.
I hope so.
Right.
As long as
that's, you were talking about last week. I think maybe we should do a rebrand.
Yeah. What should we do?
Because you were talking about last week you were saying when we were doing the intro, you're like, I'm not even trying.
I don't know that I'm trying anymore.
To be better. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah. So maybe we need to rebrand. Maybe we need to pivot a little bit.
Actually have
not like the content would change very much.
Joel and Steve's High Class Problems. I kind of like that.
That's got a good time. We still have a bunch of stickers left. So we get it. Oh, we did get another email.
Really?
Chris, I'm working on your sticker.
Armando, I'm not working on your sticker. It's so sad how little I'm doing.
So Chris, feel good, because at least I apparently care about your sticker. Hi, Armando. But Mike Bailey sent us an email with literally just his address.
Well played, Mike.
Yeah, 10 points. I got a kick out of that. I opened it up. I'm like, well, that's about right.
Yeah, well played. I am
no feedback or criticism, just an address.
I am trying.
I might send him an extra sticker just for that one.
Double sticker.
Yeah. Eventually,
I've had to retry how to be better. I'm trying to retry. I just I did a meditation at 15 minutes right before I was signed on. I've gotten out of my practice. I'm trying to get back on the horse, man. But yeah, I don't know. It's like maybe that's just part of it. Like, if we continue to talk about trying to be better, that's just the rest of our lives. It's just the up and down roller coaster of growth. Because it ain't linear, and it's not steady uphill climb. It's sometimes, for me, it feels like a roller coaster sometimes. So,
boy, yeah, wrapped in a tornado.
Now that's a ride I would pay for.
If they could make that work, I'd probably do that,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a big, like the Vegas sphere, and they make a tornado, and then you have to ride a roller coaster through.
A roller coaster through it.
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
Shut up and take my money.
If they could do it where like the tracks would somehow kind of come loose from their mooring and then just get tossed around, like the whole structure inside of this giant tornado, and then somehow magically land back in one piece and you pull into the thing, that would be something.
Well, somebody out there some engineer and shit needs to make that happen.
Yeah, I mean they could work on global warming too, but
No,
you know.
no. We just need to be entertained and thrilled and
Yes,
scared of our
yes,
own volition
yes,
until this whole thing burns up. That's
right.
that's it.
Yeah,
Because that's something we can all get behind, and if they can charge for it, then everybody's happy. You know?
that's right. If they can charge like
Yeah.
$1,200 a ride, so
Yeah.
much the better.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been. I would say batten down the hatches for tomorrow afternoon and evening.
Oh, really? Should I call in sick to work?
I would. Well, I think up until about 4 or 5 o'clock should be okay, but it's gonna get pretty gnarly around here tomorrow evening. I
Really?
think.
I'm not
Hmm.
seeing any of that on my weather app, Steve.
Yeah, I know. I've done my own
I've
research.
done my own research.
Have you noticed though how in recent, I don't know, the last month or so, how like the weather apps will say, "Ah, there's a chance of rain." Next thing you know, it's like
Yeah.
actually storming. Yeah, that's a thing. And there's a gigantic system moving our way.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's like all the and please, I understand what this is going to sound like. The YouTube meteorologists that I've been watching
Mhm.
are all
Oh,
over
really?
it. It's yeah, there's a couple channels that I follow. One's Max
Mhm.
Velocity. I guarantee you Reed Timmer will be back in our neighborhood
Oh, really?
tomorrow.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah, but
they've
Max
been well,
Velocity
like 3 or 4 days before that first system that came through last week, like, or whatever, like, he warned. I mean, it's not like somebody in a tinfoil hat with a
right.
crystal, with tuck.
Right. No, these are people with access to all of the meteorological science
Yeah,
instruments, and they buy into the feeds. The ones that seem to be the most accurate are from Europe, actually,
weird.
weirdly.
So there's people in Europe watching
So
weather systems in the United States predicting shit?
no, these are Americans that are tapped into that system. They subscribe to it or
Oh, okay.
whatever. And the Max Velocity guy, his like he I think has probably a what he's doing is setting himself up for a lucrative career as a
Yeah, right
meteorologist.
on.
Yeah, and he does these live streams where um, he just provides up to the minute reporting of whatever severe weather event is
Cool.
happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah,
it's a thing.
I'll keep my eyes on it. That's interesting.
Yeah, follow Max Velocity on YouTube. It's he's pretty cool and pretty smart. I
Let's get
think.
him on the podcast.
Um, Not a bad
I
idea.
mean, why not?
We should get Reed
I
Timmer on
wonder
the
if he'd do it.
podcast. I doubt it. He's got like a
Yeah,
million
he's kind of a big
followers.
deal.
He is kind of a big
Man,
deal.
what?
I was watching him last night. They were in Texas
Mhm.
last night, and they ran. It's so funny. Like now, especially like this year so far, it's becoming a problem where there's storm chaser traffic jams.
Oh, yeah.
Like on the 2-lane
Mhm.
highways, they'll come to an intersection and there'll be like 30 cars.
And these are just these are just like looky-loo ding-dongs like me
Yeah,
that
yeah,
are like, "I'm gonna go
yeah.
see a
Uh-huh.
tornado."
Well, and or people that are like, I mean, they say now on the Chiron at the bottom of their feed, don't please don't follow
Don't
us.
chase us.
Do
Yeah,
not
yeah,
follow us. Do not
yeah.
chase us. Well, which just means people are
It's
going
like,
to
well,
chase
if
them.
I would be really hard it would be really hard for me to see the Dominator, and I'd be like, "I'm gonna follow him for about 10 miles, see what happens." Like, the thing is cool. That whole, like, that tank
Yeah.
he built, like, I've been watching that cat
Uh-huh.
since, like, 2000, would have been 2006, 2007, 06, 07, 08. Like, there was that show on, I don't know what channel, Discovery Channel, Storm Chasers, where Reed Timmer kinda got his, you know Yeah.
Oh, really? I
Oh,
didn't know.
yeah.
I
I started
didn't
watching
watch
that
that.
when I was in California, and, like, I mean, if you think he's intense now, he was super intense. Just slamming Red Bulls, eating hot
Yeah.
dogs, chasing towards, screaming about getting, and then it was like Reed Timmer, and like he was working with this documentary filmmaker who really wanted to get an IMAX shot inside the tornado. And that
Oh, the
guy was
tornado.
those two would argue and fight. It was awesome.
Well, Reed, he gets pretty. In fact, last night they were chasing down this thing in Texas, and what was he saying? He started just repeating this phrase over and over and over and over again. And like the MC guy that's at like the
Yeah,
control
yeah,
center that just kind of flips
yeah.
between cameras and stuff. He was trying to keep a straight face because he went on for like minutes, and even he was kind of like, okay, I think we may have lost
I mean, I
Reed.
can't imagine the like, speaking of roller coasters, the adrenaline and then the downtime and then the like,
Uh huh.
that's gotta do
Uh
something
huh.
to your brain.
Reed has to be an adrenaline
Oh,
junkie.
it's like you give a rat enough cocaine, they're gonna be addicted to it, right? Like, his just putting yourself in that adrenaline state over and over
Mm-hmm.
and over again,
Over
you couldn't not be addicted to that. Your body couldn't,
right,
it's like nothing else is gonna compare to that.
right. Yeah, what's going to compare an adrenaline scale to being inside a tornado?
Riding an atomic bomb. You know?
Sure, yeah, like
Yeah,
Slim
Slim
Pickens
Pickens.
and fellow could have a pretty good weekend in Vegas with all of that.
Yeah, I don't know what else he would have to do. Like,
Gentlemen, you can't fight in here.
this
This
is
is
the
the war
war
room.
room. Yeah. All right, well, you heard it here, folks. Watch out.
Yep,
Monday
Monday
night,
night.
watch out.
Watch out, Lincoln, Nebraska, and south. Like we're kind of on the north end of the shit,
Okay.
but we are in the like on the up, like in the whatever the bands of
Mhm.
severity. We're basically adjacent to the most severe one.
Great.
So yeah, it'll be fun.
I mean, I can't.
Yeah.
What? Go ahead. I just.
Did you have graduation
Oh,
festivities
dude.
yesterday?
My school
Oh.
decided to continue to extend the semester further and further into May. So this.
Oh, you're
Oh,
loving
I
that.
love it so much. It's my favorite thing. I love it so. Uh, yeah. So we have a whole nother week of regular classes and then finals week and then graduation.
Aw.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, I saw Dave Gracie's post about sitting out there and graduating.
Uh-huh.
Like, damn, dude, you're already. They must start sooner than we do, though. They have to. And
Yeah.
we got like, yeah, well, that's not. They get a spring break too, but yeah, they must. We didn't start. We don't start until mid-January, so we may get a little like, I don't know. Whatever, it's fine. It's totally
It's
fine.
fine. I last night my original plan. Well, Friday night I went up to the Sydney in Omaha. Are you familiar with the Sydney?
I know the name.
It's on the east end of Benson,
Okay.
basically. Just a few blocks east of
Mhm.
the waiting room. And I'd never been there before. It's kind of a cool place. They were nice. Had kind of, do you remember
Oh yeah.
Knickerbockers? Kind of had that vibe. It wasn't as big as Knickerbockers, but it kind of felt like
Kind of like a
Knickerbockers.
long hall with a stage at the end.
Well, more, yeah, that and just kind of the vibe of the
Mhm.
place, Um, whatever. Anyway, Sean Ballerin invited me up there. He was doing a thing, and his brother, whose name is escaping me, they had this band called Chemical. Sean did his thing where like he does visual arts, like kind of not exactly animated, but where they project video
Yeah.
things on a wall, and then like Sean and a buddy of his just kind of play ambient music to go along with
So
that.
it's not really planned. It's kind of inspired by both.
The video is like
Okay, it's
static.
set.
It's what
Yeah.
it is. Yeah, and then they just play music
Oh,
with
cool. Yeah.
that, right? Kind of like an old. I mean, we're like I was thinking it was kind of like the old silent movies where they had a
Oh,
organ
yeah.
player,
Yeah.
to play
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
mood, right? Um, kind of that idea. But so then he opened up for his brother basically, and like since it's in a bar with people, like he's like, well, yeah, we got to make the music be more in front, right? So anyway, they did. It was cool. It was interesting. It took them a minute to get going to find the groove, but once they found it, it was pretty
Nice.
cool. And then Chemical was like 9 people on this little stage: drummer, DJ, Sean's brother plays sax and synth and has a laptop with things, and a couple horn players, a conga player with other auxiliary percussion, 2 guitars, bass, and that was intense. It was great. And then there was a third show band that I think was kind of, I mean, there were like multiple people involved in both bands, but I left before that because I was just exhausted. But that was all very cool. It was worth the drive. And then last night or yesterday, my plan originally was to go check out Lincoln Calling, because I feel like that's something that I should support. But what happened was I went down there about 5 because that's when it says started. It's $45 and I just wasn't feeling it. Like I was like looking at the schedule and I'm like, do I feel like having, I don't know. There was this loud thing happening by the zoo bar and I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm going to go home. I'm just going to go home. So I did. I just went home and I was kind of hanging out, had some food, and we're just kind of relaxing. And I got called into work. So I was kind of
you
glad
didn't
I
drop
had,
the coin
you know,
to stick around. I mean, yeah,
that's
if you
what I'm
dropping
saying.
45, I mean, even the like for the 2-day pass, if you're gonna commit to the
that was
$70,
$70.
If you're gonna do all of it, I feel like that's, I mean, it's totally worth it, you know. But if you
Yeah,
get called
and
into work,
I
I'd be
agree
pretty
with that.
miffed.
Yeah. So anyway, it just kind of worked out because I was ambivalent about what to do with the rest of the evening. Well, maybe I'll go back down once I, take a nap, basically. So then I drove down to work and got that all sorted, and by this time it's like 8:30, and I thought, fuck it, I'm going to Omaha. So I went because Funk Truck and the Midland Band were playing at Slowdown. And that was the best decision I could have made. Sorry, Lincoln Calling, because that was amazing. They're so good. Funk Truck and the Midland Band together is a hell of a 1-2 punch. And it was just a party. It was great. And I danced for 3 hours and carried on and had a good time. And all the people in those bands they're just great people. And so I felt like that was a good way to spend my time and money.
I need to see this Midland Band, dude. I've seen some videos, man.
Yeah, they're so good.
I gotta check this out.
And Funk Truck too. They're both just great. And they're both Jake Reisdorf is in both bands, and Jake is like a savant, man. That guy can play anything. And anyway,
Right
good
on.
times. So yeah, I'm a little, I got to sleep about 2:30 this morning, I think. Totally worth it.
I laid on my couch and watched Star Wars. It was great. It was, it was made.
Nice.
Yeah, it was made before.
Saturday.
I had done.
We'd
struck a deal with my mom. Like, we're like, hey, mom, for your birthday, like, let's pick a day and we'll hang out. And she's probably listening to this, so we love you, mom. But she was like, actually, don't take me out. I want you guys to come over and help me out with some yard work and some landscaping. So we're like, okay. So we went over there and But
perfect.
we thought about Lincoln Calling, but some of the acts I wanted to see weren't going to take the stage until 11:30. I'm like, I'm not complaining about that. That's awesome. That's great. People love to party, and you should go support your local music for sure. But I did not want to be out. I did not want to start my night at 10:30. You know what I mean? I'm just like, yeah,
right.
So, yeah, and I got a work thing today. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna stay in, watch some Star Wars, hang out with the dog.
That's a pretty nice night. And I literally, like, when I left downtown to go home, the way I felt, I was like, maybe I'll just watch a movie and noodle on the guitar, just kind of have I was chuckling to myself because remember that David Cross bit where he's in Kansas City and he's like, I think, it's been a couple months of drinking every night. I think tonight maybe I'll stay in and drink some water.
Yeah, right.
Read it. I'll just drink some water and read a book, and then 30 minutes later, it's like, fuck this.
Yeah, 30 minutes later, you're crossing the Platte River to Omaha. Like, wait, fuck it.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. Because I walked out of work, and that ended up being kind of a nothing burger. It was fine.
I love a nothing burger.
But well, I mean, it's better than an actual serious problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a thing where you walk in and flick the thing and it works and you go, sweet. And
I
As
really
opposed
do
to, like,
imagine that you
as
walk up
opposed to be
to
like,
a router and just fucking thwack it with your thing. It's like, "Bye, guys."
sometimes it's kind of like that. Yeah. Um, but that's much better than getting called in and people are like, "Hey, my screen's weird," and it turns out you're getting cryptoed.
Yeah.
You know, like that's a much worse situation. So whenever it's really easy, I'm relieved and happy and whatever. Plus, it's kind of nice to be the hero for doing really nothing.
Yeah, always put on the act that it's a bigger deal than it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
huge deal. Like, yeah, boy, I really just saved
Hold
everybody.
on, I gotta Google it and look up a manual. I think I can figure it out. And you put on a
Right.
headset. It's like the guy in the
Right.
Matrix. You
Put in my ear pods and get on
click the
the,
keyboard a bunch.
right. That's right.
Pace around
Yeah,
and run your
that's
fingers
how I
through your
roll.
hair and sweat. Roll
Right.
up your
Fuck.
sleeves. Oh,
God damn it. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Literally unbutton the collar, like rolling up the sleeve. All right,
Yeah.
we're going in. I'm going in. I'm going into the wiring closet. I'm not back in a half
You
hour.
go
Call
sit in
the
the wiring
police.
closet, scroll Instagram for about 20 minutes,
That's
hit the
right.
switch. I
Pretty
did
much,
it, guys. I think we did it.
You come out like just sweating.
You got a spray bottle.
Yeah, that's right. Like Bruce Springsteen. But anyway, he does that. He sponges himself down like backstage
To cool off or to look sweaty?
I think it's probably actually a combination of both because he does
That
sweat a
guy
lot.
is the most like tense individual performing. He's just he's just
His Telecaster actually especially built because he sweats so much.
seriously. He's like got a waterproof guitar, so it doesn't short out.
Kind of, yeah, sweat proof.
Wow.
But yeah. So so I'm walking out of work, and like by that time, just the adrenaline of going down there and the act of it's like I was awake, and I'm like, and I knew that was kind of part of the conundrum. I knew that Funk Truck and Midland Band were happening to slow down, and I'm like, car just turned left on Highway 50 and I started heading to Omaha. That was it.
Yeah, man.
It was great.
You got a new car.
I got a new car. I got a new whip. Yeah, the previous car decided to end its own life. So, well, after having me drive it for a few
I'm
years,
telling you what, cars.
You just hush your cars.
I really do say a prayer. Like part of my dedication after every meditation I do is may all beings be free from suffering, and may all cars that Steve drives not blow up.
Oh God!
You know what though? That's the thing, man. You drive a car. You know what I mean? Like you drive.
That's what I'm saying. I drive a car. That's right. They're meant to be driven. And yeah. So anyway, I got a new whip. Nice little Hyundai Tucson hybrid.
Oh, it's a hybrid.
Love it.
Okay,
it's great.
You
liking
it?
Oh yeah, it's fantastic.
I can't wait to.
It's very fun to risk your life riding with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I've already I got it on Tuesday and I've already put 600 miles on it.
That's great, man. Congrats. Sorry about your old car, but
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. I wasn't planning on buying a car this year, and really I wanted to go full electric, but it's just not going to happen this time around. It wasn't in the cards. So
I feel like if I can take care of my current car that I bought brand new until it absolutely cannot go anymore, hopefully the electric situation will be better. It will be better.
It will. There's so many things coming out in the next couple of years.
I'm hoping for like a 3rd gen or 4th generation Subaru Solterra. That's kind of what I'm hoping.
Yeah, once they get their act together. I was looking they had a couple of those sitting down at Dutos, and I looked at it, and it's not there yet. It's not fully baked, and it's expensive.
Yep, totally agree.
The range is just not. My whole thing is it has to be able to get to Kansas City on one charge, and not like coast into town. I mean, like find a hotel.
Yeah,
like do the thing, get to the show, and there be a charging station somewhere conveniently located.
That's a decent goal.
That's my because there's enough charging stations on the way to Denver. You stop, you have lunch or whatever, charge the car, and roll into Denver.
Yep.
But yeah, I do not want to have to stop on my way to Kansas City to charge the car.
That's a fair goal.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, congrats on the new gig or new car.
Yeah, thanks. It's fun. I'm liking it a lot. Actually, it's a nice whip.
Sick whip.
Nice whip. Sick whip, bro.
Oh shit. I don't know what
Yeah.
else is going on, man. I'm getting stoked for Greece.
Oh yeah. When are you
Leave the
leaving?
20th of May. I'm getting stoked to leave the country for a little bit.
Yeah, that'll be
It'll be
good,
real
man.
good.
I'm
Yeah.
excited for you. Are you going with the youth, or are you
Well,
just
I'm going
going?
with college students. So yes,
Right.
yes.
Okay. Yeah. The
Yeah.
youth.
There's
Yeah. Mhm.
so one thing we're doing, it's a course, right? It's a travel course. I mean, it's a 10-day trip, but it's a
Mhm.
travel course because and students have been but I'm not really running the course though. I'm just kind of an attending faculty. But my colleague has said, so as part of their uh, academic work in leading up to this, he just said, do a presentation, do a research presentation on something about Greece. So we're getting like really interesting historical things and also like, some one of the students did a 10-minute presentation on what a euro is. Euro. Yeah. So um
Was it just? Oh, it was 10 minutes. I was say, was it just one word?
yeah.
Delicious.
No, he talked all about the history of it and what it is and the mechanics of what a gyro is and like it was really and what
Nice.
tzatziki sauce and how it's made. It was like really great.
Uh
It
huh.
was like, yeah, you could just do it on whatever. And he's like, I'm going to spend 10 minutes talking about what a gyro is.
I
I
would
know, it
watch
was
that
great.
presentation.
So I'm really excited. I'm stoked. See some,
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to being in a Boeing airplane over at the Atlantic Ocean, but
Oh, it'll be fine.
you say that now, the doors fall off.
I mean, the whistleblowers keep dying.
That's true. If they just keep killing the whistleblowers, then
Yeah,
yeah, everything will be fine. If I'm
that's
gonna go
right.
down, I'm glad that Kirsten will be right next to me. You know what I mean?
Oh,
It'll
it'll
be
be
it'll
fine.
be
It's
fine.
fine.
But
It's
yeah, no,
fine. Yeah, I'm flying a 737 to Seattle in
oh
July,
yeah,
so mhm. Statistically speaking, still safer than driving.
that's
It's
true.
fine.
It's very true. That's
That's what
very
I'm
true.
saying. Yeah.
So I'll be
Mhm.
good.
Like you're actually in more danger driving to Crete than you are flying to
Cool.
Greece.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I can't like
So you
the
can just
amount of the
relax
amount of
there. It's
horrible
fine.
things that we put ourselves into every day, and we just sort of not. We if you really thought about all the shit that all the dangerous shit we do, just living.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's I've said that. I mean, I maintain that people just slogging through their days are the
Yeah,
heroes.
man. I
Know
do.
what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Just showing up. Did I send you the picture at the Sydney oh, this maybe it could be our graphic for the
Hmm.
thing for the the whatever the podcast graphic, the thing graffiti just says nothing matters, just do the fucking
Yeah, that
thing.
was good. You did send that. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that and yeah, exactly. Just do the fucking
I don't,
thing.
man, I'm really feeling like you're on this real interesting renaissance of participating in the local party of life. I feel like I'm retreating.
Well, that's because you have something to come home to. I mean, I have cats,
I mean, okay,
but they only care about
fair enough,
themselves,
fair
you
enough.
know.
All right.
That's the party ain't gonna come to me, man. You know what I'm saying?
I do know.
Nobody's knocking on my door saying, "Hey, Steve,"
Yeah.
you know.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. That was good. I don't know. I got nothing on that. That was good. You're right, man. There's a lot going on. So
Uh-huh.
I mean, there's some cool shit going on. I'm really stoked on this trip to Chicago in August, see Pearl Jam at Wrigley, and
Oh
yeah,
yeah, that'll
there's
be
cool
fun.
shit going on.
I was watching recent like from I think Jazz Fest, maybe
Hmm.
Joe
Hmm.
Russo on like the
Hmm.
third, I think. They've been doing this 10 years now and they're just
Dude,
getting
it's
better.
so nuts. I should listen to some of that
They're
audio.
they're just getting better. And I actually I was watching that like, wait a minute, fuck, I'm
Yeah, you
going to
are.
see this. Red Rocks with Branford Marsalis. I mean, that is not gonna suck.
Maybe I should join you. God, I just like
When do you get
the
back from
29th.
Greece? Oh, you can totally do that because I'm gonna leave what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave Friday late afternoon, drive to North Platte, spend the night, and then roll into Denver Sunday or Saturday around lunchtime, get some food, go check in the hotel, chill for a few, and then go to Red Rocks and then drive home the next day.
All right. I'm in.
Awesome. Let's get weird. We're going to
Yeah,
see some
I'm in.
J-Rad.
But nothing matters. Do the thing.
Nothing matters. Do the fucking thing. And I feel like seeing Joe Russo's Almost Dead at Red Rocks with Branford Marsalis, that's kind of a once in a lifetime deal.
Colin and I saw them at Red Rocks last year. And
Oh, that's right. You did, didn't you?
So fucking great.
See if Colin wants to hop on.
Oh, Colin, get the band back together.
Get the band back together. 10 years later, it's a reunion tour.
It is 10 years.
Yeah, 2014.
Holy shit.
A lot of water under the bridge since then.
It's a long way since.
Yeah, Colin, we're leaving Lincoln Friday afternoon. Spend the night in North Platte.
I'm here for this.
And then have a nice little Saturday at Red Rocks. Oh, I don't know, but I have extra tickets.
How many tickets do you have?
I have
Holy
4.
shit! Why do you have 4 tickets?
Okay. Why not?
All right, I'll stop there.
Because I thought maybe my offspring would like to come with.
And they're like, "No, Dad, that's pool season, dude. Leave us alone."
They were. I think it's actually has to do with the dance recital the next weekend, and also Gianna is so. I'm not talking about my kids. Let's just say my older offspring will have nothing to do with anything dead related or adjacent.
And I don't blame them at all for that.
Right.
Because you have planted enough seeds about the Grateful Dead in a lot of people's lives. I'm trying to be general. In a lot of people's lives.
Yeah.
That you can't force that tree to grow, man. But maybe it will, maybe it won't.
I thought they would like to go to Red Rocks. They like Colorado. Alas, whatever.
All right,
I'm weird.
In. Let's go.
Cool.
All right. We'll get the Meat Patty Sandwich Band back together. We got so unintentionally high at that show. At the Ogden Theater, 2014.
Yeah.
That was
amazing. I still feel sorry for that poor waitress.
She got it. She understands. She has to deal with.
She works the midnight shift at the diner on Colfax. She's seen it all.
A lot worse. And we were just a couple of
100%. At least we were being polite.
We had a contact high at midnight, and we were laughing about the term meat patty sandwich. She's seen a lot worse.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I think mostly she was just impatient because we couldn't get it together enough to actually order.
Not at all. That was a free lapse, as we say. Free lapse, baby.
It was great.
I fucking love Red Rocks, dude. Like when we were at that J-Rad show, it was kind of chilly and rainy. So like I think it was set break.
Yeah.
Colin went to the bathroom and then I'm like, I should go. So I did. I'm like, I'm gonna get a cup of coffee. So I walked up to the top and hung out at the top of Red Rocks and then went down, and like that's the concessions you want to get. But they have like that whole they have like a whole museum down there of like different people that have played there, and this is such a cool.
It's cool. I haven't been there since 2007, so I'm looking forward to it.
What'd you see there?
Saw Bob Weir and Rat Dog in the String Cheese Incident, and that trip was a shit show. It was not fun. In fact, we even left I don't even think we made it through the first String Cheese set.
So you didn't stick around for Rat Dog, or did Rat Dog start open?
Rat Dog opened. I went out to see Rat Dog, and that was kind of, there was a whole lot happening, but like Rat Dog was not. Rat Dog's a great bar/theater band. Right. A couple thousand seat theater, maybe. Red Rocks, they just were not carrying. And it wasn't until like the end of their set that they kind of got like One More Saturday Night finished the set, and it was great, or dance, but it was just not. It wasn't powerful enough to carry through all of the other energy that was happening.
Yeah, and you got to deal with the string cheese fans.
Well, they're okay, but but String Cheese was really heavy into the EDM grass thing, and I don't give a fuck about that. I certainly didn't at the time, and it was just like, yeah, we're out of here. It was a bummer. The whole trip just sucked. It was terrible. So anyway, I'm glad to be going back there,
man.
and
Red Rocks fucks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of an experience.
Yeah, totally agree.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Cool.
I don't know what else to. I was trying to think of shit to say. I don't want to force it, but you know.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I think we did the.
I think we might have did it. I don't think we need to.
Yeah, we got 40 plus minutes in. That's good, solid content.
You're fucking welcome.
Joel and Steve's High Class Problems.
Joel and Steve's High Class Problems, the podcast.
Oh, we need to give a shout out to our friend and past guest, Jack
Oh,
Van Cleve's
yeah.
new Instagram channel / playlist. Our friend Jack, who we know and love, has a new Jack has a project where every Sunday he's starting a YouTube playlist, like YouTube music, and follow it's this is so good. Always Ahead Radio on Instagram, and I'll put it in the link, but it's always _A_head_ radio. And so everybody follow Jack. It's a little dose of cool jams and tasty tunes. New playlist every Sunday. I think that's a great idea, and kudos to Jack for doing that. I think that's rad. Because Jack has impeccable taste in music and kind of a wide, he's broad-minded.
Yeah, dude, and like, there's an art in curating a playlist.
Totally, and Jack's very good at it.
I'm stoked.
So yeah, if you're not a little Always Ahead Radio,
and that's the YouTube channel name too.
No, I don't know what the YouTube. Hold on a second, let's find out. It is what? No, I don't want to do that. It's no, it's just Jack.
Of course it is, Jack.
Yeah, but the Instagram channel. Yep.
Yeah, man.
Cool. Yeah, I'll post this in the.
I'll share it. I shared it on my personal page. I'll share it on the you know what I mean, on the actual. On the Trying to Be Better.
On the. Yeah, if that's what we're still doing.
I mean, for now it is.
Here's what we need to do: is we need to rebrand and stand up that Patreon.
There it is. Yeah, let's monetize this. Let's monetize this.
We've been doing this for 3 years for nothing. It's time that you people started ponying
you guys
up.
started paying your way for the freebies.
my sister said, she's like, yeah, I don't know if I'd subscribe to that.
I think there may be one person that might do it for a month.
Right.
You know, we might make enough.
Oh, for the love of God, everybody, pitching $5 so Joel can get a real microphone.
That's gonna happen. I'm just like not. I'm like not willing to spend money right now until after Greece. Like
Greece, that's legit.
And the problem is that this little these old school,
Yeah, it doesn't sound terrible.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
I think for my own.
We're trying to be. Well, are we trying to be professional?
Oh, no.
Fine.
Yeah. If it sounded worse, I'd probably get a better mic, but it doesn't sound that bad. But I still, I know which one I'm going to get, because I think if I do any more voiceover stuff, it'd be nice to have an external mic like that.
Yeah, get a real mic.
Get a real job.
For voiceover stuff.
All right.
Well.
Yeah,
go your day.
Yourself. All right, man.
Talk to you later.
Love you too.
Love you.
Bye.
Don't forget, toot your hooter.